I closed the 5K client 40 days after I joined SkillScaler. Creating an offer, I had no experience in that. Before, I was kind of like half in, half out because I was doing video editing, I was doing like YouTube automation. I had like a million things in my mind, but I didn't know how to say it. He definitely helped me with that.
Yo, thanks for joining me today, bro, to share your experience of working with SkillScaler. Can you just briefly describe to the people who you are, your business, and what you do, bro?
Yeah, so my name is Max, and basically I run like a UGC agency slash I'm also a UGC creator myself. And I started off by doing like stuff like editing. When I was in high school, actually, I started video editing for clients and stuff like that. And then I transitioned to full-time editing while I was actually in college. And then I also did like YouTube automation stuff on the side. So I ran a couple of YouTube channels. And I got into UGC, which is basically just user generated content. It's like making ads for brands, and but you're kind of like a creator in a sense, so it's like more organic than just paid ads. So I started doing that for multiple brands about a year and a half ago, and when I came to Nate in I think like May, I just wanted to start like an agency or at least start like managing brands a bit more and learn more on that side. So he's helped me a lot since then, man.
The journey's been crazy for sure. I remember when you came on board, I had a lot of conviction for your stuff because in your case, like, and for a lot of other people that are watching this as well, like people, you guys have, that skill already, that talent already, but you don't know like how to cook up an offer. You don't know the exact niche to go after. And just like how to build a structure, which is exactly what I give to you within the program, the team and I think the biggest thing within this interview for me is how you made a 5K profit, like from your first client ever without like
Yeah.
any agency experience, bro. That's probably like one of the biggest payouts that you got, just like from online money. When prior you're like freelancing, doing one-off projects here and there. So I guess kind of talk about that, like the before and after in terms of revenue growth. How long have you had that client for now? How much have you made off of them? I think that'll be like the biggest thing to just start off with.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like the elephant in the room, the 5K client, I closed, I think I want to say like maybe 40 days after I joined SkillScaler, like a month and a half maybe. And the way I did it is I actually like pitched myself and Nate helped me like work on my offer, but I pitched myself as a creator and a manager, like basically in one offer.
Yep.
And that's how I basically kind of like upsold this company. I won't name them, but
Yeah, you don't have to
who
name
I'm
them.
working with, yeah, in order to kind of like provide more value, I was like, I'm a creator, but I've also helped brands do XYZ, and I could do XYZ for you. And that's basically how I pitched myself, built a relationship with them, and kind of it just ended up scaling to a 5K pure profit per month. It's been about 2 months now retaining them, and I think in about 10 days, so September 1st, it's going to come up on 3.
15K
Yeah.
profit. I don't know. It's kind of mind blowing to me. Without that, you'd probably just be like doing UGC like here and there. Once again, you came to me like you really wanted to do this. I want to talk about too because when I think about closing a deal, so much goes into that. Like you had zero sales experience. I remember you sent me your first sales call, and you were like nervous, nervous as hell.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to talk about like what challenges did you have prior, or what like frustrations did you have prior when you were just trying to do things yourself? When it just came to, I guess, just starting an agency and wanting to just make more money online.
Yeah, so the main thing was that I wanted to start an agency, but like I had like no clue what to start it in. So like I had video editing experience, I had YouTube experience, but I didn't know what to specifically niche down in. And you just said UGC would probably be the best play.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm really glad that I went into that because it also helped me just take it more seriously, especially like when I, got into SkillScaler. It's even helped like with my personal UGC deals 100%. Like I've gotten so much inbound from like brands wanting me to do UGC for them or just, and then uh the biggest kind of like thing in my way was that I just didn't know how to start. So you provided kind of like an outline and like obviously it sounds simple looking back on it, it sounds simple, but like it's just like the biggest thing that really like moved the needle was just starting having outlines for VSLs, learning how to do sales, like you said, learning how to market, how to do outreach. Definitely hopping on a sales call was something that I was nervous about. Even like, even just like thinking about starting an agency, I'm like, I don't know if I'm cut out for sales, but
Yeah.
you definitely showed me that it's possible and it's not as scary as.
Now, yeah, I like to tell people it's a knowledge gap, but I think you were able to fill that pretty fast. But that's because you wanted it. Like I feel like that's another thing too. Like a lot of people can come in and like not really want it. I feel like you were like, I'm gonna make this work, which I think is a
Yeah.
big part of success as well. And I want to kind of touch on too, like I guess how big of a factor do you think like me choosing the offer, choosing the niche played a role? Because sometimes people have no experience, and I feel like I'm able to like look at your onboarding questionnaire, take that, and then choose your niche offer, choose your outreach, and then just
Yeah.
kind of help you scale from there. I think it would be good to like highlight that too for people that don't have like a skill or they just simply want to make money online.
Yeah, I mean, you choosing the offer and even just choosing the agency niche, the route that I went into was like, I mean, that was such a big thing because before I was kind of like half in, half out because I was doing video editing, I was doing like YouTube automation. I still do that, but I really focused all my attention into UGC, just being a creator and managing. And that's just overall grown my income like significantly, even apart from just the agency stuff, just being a creator, just being able to like put your focus into like one avenue, it's always going to make you more money in the long run. So, and then creating an offer, I had no experience in that. So like, you know, you definitely helped me with that. And like, I had like a million things in my mind, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to present it. I didn't know what an offer should look like. I didn't know what a sales call should look like. One of the biggest things is being able to watch like Nate's sales calls.
The course is stacked as well, which is another thing. And I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think another part of also wanting it because when I interviewed Tyler and even Marco, bro, like a huge trend is like the people that succeed as fast as possible, like they're trenching through the course. Like yeah, they show up to the group
Yeah.
calls, but like they're consuming all that course content. How much do you think the course content helped you, or like your biggest takeaway from the course content that you're even applying to this day?
Yeah, I mean, well, the biggest thing is that you can come back to it anytime. And the biggest thing is that, like, before I even ask you a question, I always look at the course to see if there's like an answer to it. So that's huge. And like, obviously, there's like a stigma behind courses, but like this one, like, it's straightforward. It's to the point. Like, you don't like, you know, yap for like 30 minutes. Like, you just get straight into the meat, the content. Yeah, the biggest thing I still take away from the course is probably the whole sales module because there's like certain tactics and stuff like that and upselling or downselling and
Yeah.
selling different offers. So that's probably the biggest thing that I still keep in mind to this day. Like the whole course really opened my mind up more to like the business way of thinking because before I was definitely like primarily a freelancer even though like I was, you know, doing some YouTube automation stuff and some UGC stuff, like I was really primarily thinking like a freelancer. That definitely opened up my mind into like the more entrepreneurial management side.
I guess when you kind of increase your stature with the way that you view business, other parts of your life change. I was curious, like, and because you still do other things on the side or just have other things going. Like, I mean, you can even talk about LA, for example. Like, what other areas of your life do you think really changed just due to like having this program and then also just like being able to apply it in other aspects?
Yeah, I mean, one huge thing just about 2 weeks ago, I took a break from college. So I was in college the entirety of like the last 2 years, um,
Boy,
and it just came a certain point where I was like, man, I don't know why I'm even here.
yeah,
I'm probably making more than I ever would in the career that I would graduate from.
facts.
And then also, I just realized, you know, my goals will never be hit by going to college and working. I mean, no offense to people who do that. It's a great path, if you want to do that. But another thing that I heavily changed my mind on or like think differently on is like systematizing stuff.
Mm,
So beforehand, as a freelancer, I was kind of like, all right, if I just work like 16 hours a day and I get paid like $50 an hour, I'm gonna be rich.
yeah.
Now I'm thinking more like systems, trying to make things as quick as possible, trying to delegate things. And I think that definitely like plays a part in like other aspects of my life. Like for example, I don't know, this might sound stupid, but like
You're great.
instead of cooking, you know, I might be like, all right, maybe like I'm gonna like buy meal prep or like be able to
Nah,
buy
that's
Chipotle.
not stupid, bro. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's real though. I think that the biggest thing is leverage, and that's what I got you to realize. Like at the start, even with the deal that you were able to like first close, like even the way that we packaged that when I was first talking to you, I was like, yeah, it does make sense for you to position yourself as yes, you're gonna have your team there, you're gonna find those people, but you're also gonna do it yourself. So we want to build that foundation, get a good result, which I mean, you should get a testimony or a case study very, very soon. I'm very
Yeah.
happy with the
Yeah.
process we're staying with you. And then from
100%.
there, as you get other clients, you start to build the team more to where you don't have to create the videos. And that's where we kind of build the leverage. So no, it's the same with food. Even Alex Ramosi talks about it. Like why
Yeah.
cook when you're gonna spend like an hour and you can just like order some stuff to your house. So
Exactly.
no, I think you're spot on. For me, it just kind of it's like a light bulb that took me forever to kind of like understand. And I'm just happy that, bro, you're able to understand it in 40 days. That is a thing that makes me like the most happiest, if I'm being real. And I also want to talk about time commitment. I want to talk about, I guess, how you leverage the one-on-one channel and the group calls too. Just like how much
Yeah.
time do you think was needed from you to kind of make this work? Because obviously a lot of people have different responsibilities, things they do in real life. I just want to kind of just break down like, yeah, how much you're putting towards it and just like what's realistic for the other person that is on the other side of the screen watching this right now.
Yeah, you're saying like how much time from 0 to 1 client,
I'm not even
right?
how much time from zero to one client. Like, for example, like how much are you involved within like the skill scaler Discord, the group calls, or how much time do you spend running like the agency, for example?
I see. Yeah, yeah. So it's really hard to say because I kind of I do a lot of things in UGC as a creator as well,
Yeah.
so I'm not just solely focused on the agency part. But I think, I mean, in terms of calls, definitely have a couple hours of calls with, you know, the guys there a week, and definitely spend a good amount of time just managing the content, doing research, actually, you know, onboarding creators. You know, I say it's not like a crazy amount of time. It's not like I'm putting in like 100 hours a week in order to make 5K a month. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I also am able to still do other things
Facts.
and have, you know, a life outside of work as well. So
Yeah.
it's definitely not even like 40 hours a week or 30 hours a week.
Now, yeah, that's good to know. And I think on top of that, it probably doesn't feel like 30, 40 hours a week. It's enjoyable to you. It's not like the 9 to 5 that you hated. Like you can generally like, I mean, shoot, you went to LA. So it's like, I think that's another big part to it as well. Once you really enjoy it, the time kind of goes out the way. Like it's just like when you're having fun, you know, time just goes by fast. I don't know if there was anything that kind of surprised you or any misconceptions you had prior to joining.
I think the thing that surprised me most about just you yourself was that like you actually kind of like even like being like as busy as you are, you still like respond in the one-on-one channels. Because like I know a lot of like people that would sell a course or like would sell a community and like either they don't respond or like they have someone else responding, which there's like nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
but like you yourself, like I can get into contact with you like fairly easily if I ever have a question or anything. That definitely surprised me.
I pride myself on like results, just like we did with CCM. Like I think the same approaches I want to have here, just like really focus on making the product as best as possible, which is like why I'm
Yeah.
even adding so much sauce to the course or wanting to have more group calls within the program. Yeah, even I mean, bro, your situation just shoot, it makes
Yeah.
me happy. When you said you closed for a 5K profit, I was like, damn, bro. My first agency client was probably like $1,000 or free trial. Like
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
top of that, I was gonna ask next 6 to 12 months. Where do you see yourself going with the agency? What's kind of like your vision with it? I know quarter 4 is coming up, end of year. How do you kind of see it going? I feel like the UGC space has a lot of potential. Like you can make a fat amount of money.
Yeah, it definitely does. I don't know. My opinion on this kind of changes by the day, and I think like 12 months is gonna be very because since it's changing so rapidly, like the whole UGC space, I'm
Yeah,
not even sure where it's gonna be in like 6 to 12 months. There could be like a whole new platform where things are run differently, or there could be like a huge Instagram update that changes everything. But you know, I think in 12 months, I definitely want to at least have like a couple employees that are like also kind of running the management side or helping like along with that, and ideally have like just a couple different brands that I really hone in on and work with. And yeah, I mean that's it for now. There are definitely a couple bottlenecks that make it a bit harder to scale, but I just gotta kind of work those out. The hardest thing in UGC is just finding good creators. So,
right.
and you even told me that at the
Yeah.
start.
I think it's more so the brand and the marketing aspect. And I think the biggest part about the program is that you're aware of your bottlenecks. Like
Yeah,
you can come to me and I can just give you that clarity so that you know what your next level of scale actually takes. So it's not like what do I need to do? It's just like when is this going to actually happen, which I think is like
yeah,
the best part. So I think as long as you are aligned there and we continue to do the things when it comes to, I think the next lever to like good talent for you is just gonna be marketing. Once you get this case study from this client, this testimonial, and you continue to just market your stuff, good talent's gonna flock to you when they can see like you're actually a name in the space, which I think is like the next level that we want to get to. But I think you're
yeah.
gonna be. I mean, you're gonna be chilling if I'm being honest. And then my last question: if someone's on the fence about working and joining Skill Scaler, how would you talk to them about it? What would you tell them? And yeah, why should they listen and take action right now, just like you did?
I would say if you're on the fence, you know, I don't know how long Nate is going to do this and how long he's going to be available, like, you know, just himself
Yeah.
giving you like his honest feedback and everything, like, but I would also say that time only passes, and if you don't, you know, take action now, it's still going to pass. So if you really want to do an agency or have an agency model in your business or just learn more about business, whatever it may be, you might as well utilize the time right now to start it because it also compounds. It's like, yeah, you start it today, but I know in 12 months I'll have like way more prospects. Like I'll just know way more. So it's best to start as early as humanly possible. Even if you think like you're not 100% ready, like you're never going to be 100% ready. Like you just kind of have to jump into it and start learning about it. And honestly, it's a steal for like the information that you get.
Appreciate that, bro. Now, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, the biggest thing is skill stacking. Like you can take everything you've learned here because the core principles are sales, marketing, fulfillment is what I teach, and you can go apply it. Shoot, if you do editing, YouTube, or if you
Yeah.
just want to get more clients in whatever space it really is, like it's the same thing, and that knowledge never leaves you. Once again, I really think it's the knowledge gap. But nah, you're spot on. I'm definitely gonna leave Max's socials down below if you guys want to go tap in with my guy. But I appreciate you hopping on, bro. I'm excited to see how you continue to scale this up. Shoot, you've been nothing but great, bro. You've been locked in. You've been showing up to the calls, doing just what it takes to win. And so I want to commend you on that too, because a lot of people think they're just going to join a course, join a program, and just going to like
Yeah.
magically happen for them when the people that get results obviously are like going through the dirty work. So yeah, I appreciate you, bro. I think this is going to be inspirational to a lot of people. I think it's going to do solid numbers. And shoot, I'm excited to hopefully run it up again in the future once you scale up even more.
I
But
appreciate all your help as well, man.
for sure, that's love.
Yeah.
All right, peace, y'all.